What if I told you that not all men who love you actually plan to marry you? It sounds unbelievable, right, spicy ladies? You might be in a relationship with a man who holds your hand, showers you with affection, and even says all the right things about a future together. But deep down, he might have absolutely no intention of ever putting a ring on your finger. And here's the part no one talks about. Some men will stay with a woman for years without ever truly planning to commit. They'll enjoy the love, the security, and all the emotional support you provide. They'll make you feel special, even irreplaceable, but when it comes to marriage, they hesitate. They avoid the conversation, or worse, they string you along with vague promises and empty words. And the most painful part? You won't even realize it until you've wasted years of your life. You might be thinking, but he loves me. He tells me he sees a future with me. He's not the type to waste my time. But here's a hard truth. Love and commitment are not the same thing. A man can love you deeply, but if he doesn't see you as his future wife, he will never take that final step. Instead of telling you the truth, he'll keep delaying, making excuses, or keeping you in a state of constant uncertainty. So how do you know? How do you tell the difference between a man who is just enjoying the relationship and one who is truly planning to spend his life with you? The signs are clear as day, but most women miss them until it's too late. That's why today, I'm revealing the 10 most powerful signs that a man sees you as his future wife. Signs that will save you from heartbreak, wasted time, and the pain of false hope. If you don't want to wake up years later realizing you were just a temporary chapter in his life instead of the woman he planned to marry, then watch this video until the very end. Missing even one of these signs could mean you're misreading his true intentions. Here's something you need to understand. Men don't always express love through words. Some men can say, "I love you 1,000 times," but when it comes to actions, priorities, and real commitment, the truth is hidden beneath the surface. If a man is serious about marrying you, he's already showing it in ways you might not even notice. In the way he treats you, in the way he plans his life around you, in the way he subtly prepares for a shared future. But if he's not planning to marry you, that's showing too. You just have to know where to look. Let's uncover the hidden clues together, because knowing them could change everything. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the Soulful Intimacy channel, where souls meet. Number 1, he includes you in his future plans. When a man truly envisions a future with you, his conversations about tomorrow will change dramatically. Instead of casually mentioning his dreams or goals, he'll actively weave you into those plans. For example, instead of saying, "I'd love to move to New York someday," he'll say, "When we move to New York, we'll get a cozy apartment with a view of Central Park." Notice the difference. One is just a wishful thought, while the other is a committed vision of your future together. This isn't just talk. This is him painting a picture of a life that involves both of you. And it's not just about big decisions like where to live. It's about all those little plans that make up a life. If he talks about traveling, he won't just say, "One day I want to see the world." No, he'll say, "Let's plan a trip to Europe next summer. I think we'd have an amazing time in Italy." It's no longer a distant wish, it's a concrete plan, and you're part of it. When a man says we instead of I, that's a powerful sign. It shows that he's not just imagining a future, he's actively shaping one with you at the center of it. Whether it's discussing retirement plans, future homes, or family goals, a man who's serious about you won't be uncertain about his intentions. He'll make it clear that his path is yours to walk together. What's especially important here is the way he talks about the future without hesitation. A man who truly sees you as his wife doesn't shy away from long-term commitments. He doesn't get anxious when the topic of the future comes up, and he's certainly not afraid of including you in those plans. If you're hearing him talk about "when we do this" instead of "if I do that," that's a clear indication that he sees you as more than just someone to pass the time with. He sees you as his life partner. Number 2, he saves money for something special. Marriage isn't just an emotional bond. It's also about practical decisions, one of the biggest being financial commitment. If he's serious about you, you'll likely start noticing that he's been making changes to how he spends and saves his money. At first, it may seem like small adjustments. He might cut back on daily coffee shop visits, avoid unnecessary online shopping, or start making smarter purchases. You might even hear him mention that he's saving for something big. This isn't just about managing money for the sake of saving. He's thinking about your future too. Let's face it, building a future together requires financial planning. Whether it's an engagement ring, a wedding, a down payment on a house, or even saving for a future family. These are things that cost money. So when he starts to budget, limit his spending, and strategically save, it's a sign that he's preparing for something special. Let's be real, engagement rings are not inexpensive, and neither are weddings. If he's even begun saving for these things, it's an undeniable sign he's serious about your relationship. But it's not just about the engagement ring, the wedding, or the honeymoon. A man who truly sees a future with you will be thinking about other big life expenses too, like buying a home, paying off joint debts, planning for children's education, or saving for retirement. These aren't topics of casual conversation. They're reflections of a man who is serious about building a stable, long-lasting partnership with you. So when you start noticing him cutting back on expenses, putting money aside, or even mentioning long-term financial goals with you in mind, don't take it lightly. This isn't just about being smart with money. It's a man planning his life around you and your future together. He's not just saving for a rainy day, he's saving for the rest of your lives. Number 3, he introduces you as the one. The way a man introduces you to others speaks volumes about how he truly sees you in his life. If he's serious about you, he won't just say, "This is my girlfriend." That's a neutral, casual label that any man can use, even for a relationship that doesn't have long-term potential. But when a man truly sees you as his future wife, his words and tone will be different, more meaningful, more affectionate, and more intentional. He might say things like, "This is my better half," or "This is the woman I can't live without." These aren't just empty phrases. They show that he views you as an essential part of his life, not just someone he's dating for now. Even the way he looks at you when introducing you matters. Does he say your name with pride? Does he pull you close as if to silently show people that you are deeply connected? These are subtle but powerful signals. But here's something even more telling. If his close friends and family already assume you two will get married, that's a major sign. It means he's been talking about you, sharing his feelings, and making it clear that you're not just another relationship. You're the relationship. If his mother treats you like a future daughter-in-law, if his best friends already joke about wedding plans, or if his siblings start dropping hints about when you guys will get married, chances are he's already envisioned you in his life permanently. Number 4, his family knows everything about you. When a man is serious about a woman, he doesn't just introduce her to his family and friends. He talks about her all the time, even when she's not around. If his family already knows your favorite foods, what makes you laugh, and how you like to spend your weekends, it's because he's been telling them about you. When he speaks about you to his family, he does it with pride and excitement. He's eager for them to get to know the woman he's planning to spend his life with. For example, when his mom casually asks, "How's your girlfriend doing?" Or when his dad mentions, "I heard you two are planning a trip together," it's a sure sign that he's been filling them in on all the details. If his family genuinely accepts you as one of their own, that's a powerful indicator that he envisions you in his life long term. You see, men don't typically speak this way unless they've already started seeing you as their future. His family treating you like family is a big clue that he's not just passing through this relationship, he's all in. If his loved ones see you as the one, chances are he's already planning a future with you. Number 5, he talks about marriage without fear. The topic of marriage can be a source of anxiety for many men. The thought of making that big commitment can feel overwhelming. If he shuts down every time the subject of marriage comes up, laughs it off, or awkwardly changes the subject, it could indicate that he's not ready or he's not thinking about it seriously. But if he talks openly about the idea of marriage and even drops hints about the future, it's a major sign he's already picturing a life with you. He might casually bring up discussions about wedding styles or even ask about your thoughts on engagement rings. Questions like, "What kind of wedding dress would you want?" Or "Would you prefer a small intimate wedding or a grand celebration?" are big clues that he's not just daydreaming, he's making plans in his head. These aren't just hypothetical questions, he's mentally preparing for the day when he'll propose to you. A man who talks openly about marriage isn't just imagining the idea in some distant future. He's thinking about it as a real possibility with you. He's testing the waters to see how you would feel about it, and he wants to ensure that when the time comes, you'll be just as ready as he is to take that step. Number 6, he makes sacrifices for you. Love is about more than grand gestures or romantic dates. It's about showing up for someone when they need you, even when it's inconvenient. A man who truly sees you as his future wife will make sacrifices, big or small, because he values your happiness and well-being more than anything else. If he's willing to cancel his plans with friends to stay with you when you're feeling down, or if he takes the time to drive across town to pick you up when you're in need, that's not just affection, it's commitment. These sacrifices go beyond the usual. If he's consistently willing to put your needs before his, it's a sign that he's ready to prioritize you for the rest of his life. A man who loves you will make those tough choices, whether it's choosing to stay home when he could be with his friends or putting aside his own desires to ensure you're comfortable and happy. These aren't random acts of kindness. They're the small daily decisions that add up to a lifetime of love and loyalty. He's showing you that he's ready to be there for you through thick and thin, no matter what. Number 7, he supports your dreams. A man who is truly invested in your future doesn't just care about his own ambitions. He wants to see you succeed as well. If he encourages you to chase your dreams, pushes you to reach your full potential, and stands by you through the ups and downs of your career or personal goals, it's because he sees you as more than just a partner. He sees you as someone he wants to build a life with. His support isn't limited to just romantic gestures. It extends into your personal growth. If you're working toward a goal, whether it's advancing your career, finishing a degree, or starting a new hobby, he's right there cheering you on every step of the way. He celebrates your successes, comforts you when you fail, and reminds you of your worth when you doubt yourself. The man who's willing to do this isn't just in it for the love. He wants you to be the best version of yourself because he sees a future with that person beside him. And when you reach your dreams, he'll be there sharing that victory with you. Number 8, he takes your opinion seriously. If a man is truly committed to you and sees you as his future, he'll value your opinion and make sure it matters in the decisions he makes. It's not just about asking for your input on trivial things. It's about how he consults you for major life decisions. Whether he's considering a job change, moving to a new city, or even purchasing a car, if he seeks your advice, it's because he sees you as his equal partner in everything. A man who's planning a life with you won't make these important choices without considering how they'll affect you both. He'll want to make sure your needs and desires are taken into account because he knows that your happiness is just as important as his. By including you in these decisions, he's showing that he views you as an essential part of his life, and he's already preparing for a future where you make choices together. Number 9, he's comfortable being vulnerable with you. For most men, vulnerability is a difficult thing to share. It requires trust, openness, and a willingness to be emotionally exposed. If he's willing to talk about his fears, insecurities, and past struggles with you, it means he's already started to build a deep emotional connection. He's not afraid to show you his weaknesses because he knows you won't judge him. He's comfortable enough to let down his guard and be completely himself. This emotional intimacy is the foundation of a lasting marriage. A man who opens up to you about his true self is showing that he values you enough to let you into his inner world. He's not keeping secrets or hiding parts of himself. He's sharing them with you because he's already thinking about how to make you a part of his forever. Number 10, he's already committed in every way except the ring. The ultimate sign that he wants to marry you isn't just about the proposal. It's about how he treats you every single day. If he's already loyal, respectful, and devoted, then the ring is just a formality. A man who treats you with the love and care of a committed partner doesn't need a proposal to prove his dedication. He's already been acting like a husband in every way that matters. From his daily actions to his long-term decisions, he shows up for you with loyalty and respect. He listens to your needs, supports your dreams, and sacrifices for your happiness. The commitment isn't waiting for the ring. It's already here in everything he does for you. If he's already acting like a loving husband, the proposal is just the next step in a journey you've already started together. If you recognize these signs in your relationship, congratulations. You've found a man who truly values you. He's not just saying the right things, but backing them up with actions. You're a priority in his life, and he's committed to building a future together. But if you find yourself in a relationship where he avoids commitment, never talks about the future, or leaves you feeling uncertain about where you stand, don't ignore that. Time is too valuable to waste on someone who doesn't see your worth. Final thought: marriage isn't about grand gestures or promises. It's about consistent actions that show your commitment. If he truly wants to marry you, you won't have to question it. His love will be clear in everything he does. So does your man show these signs, or is he wasting your time? Let me know in the comments. You deserve someone who's ready to take the next step with you. Don't settle for anything less. Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies, make life beautiful. See you in our next video. Take care.